Listen to me, my friends. Let me tell you something real, something powerful. Life is not always going to be easy. You will face challenges. You will encounter disappointments. And sometimes the hardest thing to do is let go of the people and things that no longer serve you. But listen carefully, because I need you to understand this. Letting go is not giving up. It is about moving forward. It is about growth. It is about stepping into the person you were always meant to be. We all have people in our lives who hold us back. They drain us. They discourage us. They do not believe in us. And for far too long, we have given them space in our lives. We have let them dictate how we feel, how we live, and how we see ourselves. But that is not the way you are meant to live. You were not created to exist in the shadows of someone else's doubts or fears. You were born to shine. You were made to stand tall. You were meant to be the best version of yourself. And to do that, you must learn how to let go. Let go of the toxic relationships. Let go of the negativity. That means saying goodbye to those who are not lifting you. Let go of the ones who have been holding you back, the ones who tell you what you cannot do, what you cannot have, what you cannot become. You must release them from your life. I know it is not easy. It is hard to let go of people you have invested time in, people you have loved, people you have tried to help. But listen to me. Here is the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot keep giving when you have nothing left. You cannot keep trying to fill the voids of others while your own life is empty. You must start by looking inward, by truly looking inward. I mean, learning to love yourself, learning to be happy alone. Some of you are afraid of that. You think being alone means being lonely, but that is a lie. Being alone does not mean you are lonely. It means you are free. It means you are whole. It means you have the opportunity to truly discover who you are, what you are capable of, and what you deserve. When you learn to be happy on your own, you become unstoppable. Because when you stand on your own 2 feet, when you love and respect yourself, your energy shifts. You begin to attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances into your life. You stop chasing after things, and instead you start attracting them. When you stand alone and find peace within yourself, that is when everything changes. Well, Connie, that is when the magic happens. The universe, life, destiny, whatever you believe in, begins to open doors for you. But before that can happen, you must walk away from what does not serve you. Walk away from the people who do not believe in you. Walk away from the situations that keep pulling you down. And I know it is tough. I know it is hard to walk away from what is familiar. I know it feels like you are losing something. But hear me when I say this. You are not losing anything. You are gaining everything. You are gaining your peace. You are gaining your power. You are gaining your purpose. You are gaining the life you have always dreamed of. So I want you to remember this and say it to yourself every single day. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of respect. And when you start believing that, when you start walking in that truth, that is when the world around you begins to change. But let me tell you something, it will take time. It will not happen overnight. You will face challenges. You will face doubts. There will be moments when you question whether you have what it takes, but let me tell you right now, you already have everything you need within you. You have everything within you to create the life you deserve. So take that first step, keep moving forward one day at a time, and as you do, I promise you this, you will be amazed at how much peace, how much joy, and how much freedom you will find. You do not need anyone to complete you. You are already whole. You are already enough. And when you realize that, when you finally let go of everything that does not serve you, that is when your life will truly begin. Let me tell you something powerful. You are the only person who can stand in the way of your own greatness. No one else has that power over you unless you give it to them. You might say, but I've been trying, I've been pushing, I've been working so hard. Why isn't it happening? Let me tell you the truth. It is not just about how much work you put in. It is about the energy you bring into your life. It is about the people you surround yourself with. It is about who you choose to give your time, your love, and your attention to. Too many of us are taught that we need to have people around us at all times, friends, family, relationships. We are told that without them, something is missing, that if we are alone, we are incomplete. But that is a lie. That is a belief that has been sold to us, and it is time to break free from it. There is power in solitude. There is strength in being alone, because when you are alone, you are with the one person who matters most, you. And there is something truly beautiful about that. When you stop relying on the opinions of others, when you stop seeking validation from people who are just as lost as you are, that is when you will find true happiness. That is when you will find peace. You will stop searching for the approval of others, and instead you will give yourself the approval you have been desperately seeking. And I understand it is difficult to let go. It is hard to say goodbye to people who have been a part of your life for so long. We get attached, we get comfortable, but that attachment is what is keeping you stuck. It is keeping you in a place where you keep giving and giving, but you are never receiving anything in return. It is time to take a step back. Take a deep breath. Realize that you do not need anyone to make you whole. When you are constantly surrounded by people who are taking from you, when you are the one always giving, something has to change, and that change has to start with you. It will not be easy. It will be uncomfortable, but when you finally let go of the people who do not serve you, when you stop holding on to the ones who do not appreciate you, when you stop letting others dictate how you feel, that is when you will truly find peace. You have to get used to saying no. You have to get comfortable with stepping back and saying, I cannot give any more of myself. And yes, people will get upset. They will question you. They will try to make you feel guilty. But do not let them. Understand that this is your journey. This is your life. And you have only one chance to live it. You owe it to yourself to live it on your own terms. If someone in your life is not adding to your happiness, is not pushing you to be better, is not making you feel like you are worthy, then it is time to let them go. I do not care how long you have known them. I do not care how close you are. If they are not bringing light into your life, then they are taking it away, and you have every right to walk away from that. Now listen to me carefully. There is nothing wrong with being alone. There is nothing wrong with focusing on yourself. This is your time. This is the time for you to grow, to heal, to become the person you were meant to be. Too many of us are trapped in the idea that we need someone else to make us happy. That if we are not in a relationship, or if we are not constantly surrounded by people, then we are missing out. That is not true. Happiness starts with you. It begins inside of you. And I want you to hear this. You are not weak for needing space. You are not weak for choosing solitude. You are not weak for setting boundaries. In fact, it takes incredible strength to choose yourself over the noise and distractions of the world. It takes courage to walk away from people who drain you, from people who do not see your worth, from people who only want to pull you down to their level. It takes strength to look in the mirror and say, I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of happiness, and I will not settle for anything less. You were not put on this earth to be a placeholder in someone else's life. You were not created to be an afterthought, to be the person someone only turns to when they need something, only to forget about you when things are going well for them. You are not disposable. You are worthy of love, respect, and loyalty. And if you are not getting that from the people around you, then you have every right to walk away. We have been conditioned to believe that we must always please others, that we must live for others. But let me tell you something you need to hear. You do not owe anyone your happiness. You do not owe anyone your time, your energy, or your love if they do not appreciate it. You are not obligated to keep people in your life just because they have been there for a long time. Longevity does not equal loyalty. If someone does not value you, does not respect you, does not uplift you, then they do not deserve a place in your life. And the moment you stop giving your energy to people who drain you, the moment you stop settling for less than what you deserve, that is when everything begins to change. Here is something else I need you to understand. You cannot heal anyone who does not want to be healed. You cannot fix someone who is not ready to change. You cannot save people who are not willing to save themselves. And when you keep pouring yourself into a broken relationship, when you keep trying to fix someone who does not even want to be fixed, you are only draining yourself. You are losing yourself in the process. Do not lose yourself trying to be what others need you to be. It is like trying to fill a cup with no bottom. You will keep giving and giving, and nothing will ever stay. You will always be empty. But here is the truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you keep giving to people who do not appreciate it, who are not putting anything back into you, then you will find yourself running on fumes. You will feel like you are doing everything right, but nothing is working. And that is because you have neglected yourself. You have neglected your own needs. You have neglected your own growth. So I want you to understand this. It is not selfish to choose yourself. It is necessary. You cannot be your best for anyone else if you are not your best for yourself first. It is okay to put yourself first. It is okay to say no to things that drain you. It is okay to let go of people who do not understand your value. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you will start attracting the right people into your life. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you create space for what does. It is like cleaning out a closet. You have to get rid of the old clothes that no longer fit, that are worn out, that are taking up space, so you can make room for the new things that are going to elevate you. And that is exactly what letting go of toxic people is like. You are clearing out the emotional clutter. You are removing the relationships that have weighed you down. And by doing that, you are making room for the people, experiences, and opportunities that are meant for you. But this is important. It does not mean you have to walk around with anger in your heart. It does not mean you have to cut people off in a dramatic or hostile way. You can let go with love. You can release people with respect. You can wish them well and let them go without holding on to resentment. Because the truth is, holding on to resentment only keeps you tied to them. It only keeps you tethered to the past. And you cannot move forward if you are carrying all that baggage. And I know it is hard. I know it takes time. But hear me when I say this. Letting go does not make you weak. It makes you wise. It makes you someone who knows their worth. It makes you someone who values their peace of mind above pleasing others. And that is the kind of strength that changes lives. That is the kind of power that creates transformation. That is the kind of decision that will lead you to the life you were always meant to live. Let me ask you something. What are you holding on to that is keeping you from becoming who you were meant to be? What is weighing you down? What is keeping you stuck in the same cycle, the same pain, the same frustration? Because until you let go of what is holding you back, you will never be able to step into your true power. Life is not about carrying unnecessary burdens. Life is not about staying in situations that make you feel small. Life is about stepping into your full potential, and to do that, you must be willing to release the things, the people, and the beliefs that no longer serve you. Too many of us hold on to pain because we think it defines us. Too many of us cling to people because we fear being alone. Too many of us refuse to let go of past mistakes because we believe they shape our worth. But let me tell you something. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your worth is not determined by who left you, who hurt you, or who doubted you. Your worth is determined by one thing and one thing only: what you choose to believe about yourself. And that is where the real battle lies. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world, it is against your own mind. It is against the voices that tell you that you are not good enough. It is against the fears that whisper that you are not strong enough. It is against the doubts that creep in when you are on the verge of stepping into your greatness. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. You are strong enough. You are powerful enough. You are capable of more than you can even imagine. And the moment you start believing that, the moment you start living that truth, everything in your life will begin to shift. But you have to make the choice. You have to decide that you will no longer be a prisoner of your past. You have to decide that you will no longer let fear control your future. You have to decide that you are worthy of the life you dream of, and then you have to start living like it. Because here is the truth. Life is not going to wait for you to be ready. Opportunity is not going to knock forever. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you will wake up one day and realize that you have run out of time. Stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself that you will start tomorrow, next week, next month. The time is now. The time to change your life is right now. And that change starts with letting go of everything that is no longer serving you. Let go of the idea that you have to be perfect before you start. Let go of the belief that you need someone else's permission to go after your dreams. Let go of the thought that you are not ready, because you are ready. You have always been ready. You just have to step into it. And yes, it is going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it is going to feel scary. But guess what? Growth is always uncomfortable. Change is always scary. But do you know what is even scarier? Staying the same. Waking up years from now with regret. Looking back and realizing that you never even gave yourself a chance to become who you were meant to be. Do not let that be your story. Do not let fear write your future. Do not let the opinions of others dictate the direction of your life. This is your life. This is your journey, and you have every right to take control of it. And let me tell you something else. You do not have to explain your growth to anyone. You do not have to justify your decisions to people who refuse to understand your vision. Not everyone is going to get it. Not everyone is going to support you. Not everyone is going to celebrate your success, and that is okay, because the people who are meant to be in your life will rise with you. The people who truly belong in your story will understand your journey, even if they do not fully see the destination yet. And for those who do not, let them go. Let them talk. Let them doubt you, because while they are busy doubting, you will be busy building. While they are busy watching, you will be busy winning. But none of that happens if you stay in the same place. None of that happens if you keep holding on to things that are keeping you stuck. None of that happens if you keep playing small to make other people comfortable. You are meant for more. You are destined for more. And it is time to start acting like it. So here is my challenge to you. Start today. Start now. Start by letting go of one thing that is no longer serving you. Maybe it is a toxic relationship. Maybe it is a limiting belief. Maybe it is a habit that you know is keeping you from reaching your full potential. Whatever it is, let it go. Release it. Make room for the life that is waiting for you, because the truth is, you cannot receive the blessings that are meant for you if you are still holding on to the burdens that were never yours to carry. You deserve better. You deserve happiness. You deserve freedom. And the only thing standing between you and that freedom is your willingness to let go. So make the choice. Make the commitment. Step into the life that was always meant for you. And when you do, when you finally release the weight that has been holding you back, you will see just how high you can rise. Now let me ask you something. How long are you going to let fear control you? How long are you going to let the opinions of others dictate the way you live your life? How long are you going to wait before you finally realize that you deserve more? Because the truth is, time is moving whether you take action or not. The days, the months, the years, they do not wait for you to be ready. They do not pause for you to build up the courage. Life is happening right now. And every moment that you hesitate, every moment that you hold on to things that are keeping you stuck is a moment that you will never get back. And I know what you might be thinking. What if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I let go of something and regret it? But let me flip that question for you. What if you succeed? What if you make the best choice of your life? What if letting go is exactly what you need to finally step into the person you were meant to be? Because let me tell you something. Failure is not the enemy. Fear is. Fear will paralyze you. Fear will convince you to stay in situations that are hurting you. Fear will whisper that it is safer to settle than to step into the unknown. But hear me when I say this. Nothing great ever comes from playing it safe. You have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to walk away from what is familiar, even when it is uncomfortable. You have to be willing to believe in yourself more than you believe in your fears. And that starts with changing the way you see yourself. Because the way you see yourself determines everything. If you see yourself as someone who is not good enough, if you see yourself as someone who is stuck, you will stay stuck. But if you start seeing yourself as someone who is powerful, as someone who is capable, as someone who is worthy, then you will start acting like it, and that is when everything changes. Because here is the truth. Your life is a reflection of your mindset. The thoughts you allow to dominate your mind will shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you are not strong enough, then that is exactly what you will manifest. But if you start speaking power into your life, if you start believing in your own ability, if you start walking in the confidence that you are meant for more, then your entire world will shift. You have to train your mind to work for you, not against you. You have to start feeding yourself thoughts of strength, not weakness. You have to stop letting self-doubt control your decisions. Because let me tell you something. Self-doubt is a liar. It will try to convince you that you are not ready. It will try to make you believe that you do not have what it takes. It will try to hold you hostage in a place of hesitation and fear. But you have a choice. You can either listen to that voice and stay exactly where you are, or you can rise above it and take control of your future. And let me be clear, this is not about ignoring reality. This is not about pretending that life is easy or that challenges do not exist. This is about recognizing that no challenge, no obstacle, no setback is stronger than you. You have overcome before. You have survived things you never thought you would survive. You have walked through fire and came out the other side. And if you did it once, you can do it again. But you have to stop carrying the weight of your past like it is a permanent part of who you are. You have to stop defining yourself by your mistakes, your failures, your disappointments. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. And if you keep looking back, if you keep holding on to things that are no longer meant for you, you will never move forward. You have to make peace with your past. You have to forgive yourself. You have to release the guilt, the shame, the regret. Because the more you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. And you cannot fly if you are carrying the weight of yesterday. So let go. Let go of the pain. Let go of the anger. Let go of the resentment. Let go of everything that is keeping you from stepping into the life that is waiting for you. Because let me tell you something, you were not meant to live a life of regret. You were not meant to spend your days wondering what if. You were meant to live boldly. You were meant to take risks. You were meant to chase after the things that set your soul on fire. And you cannot do that if you are still holding on to things that were never meant to be a part of your journey. So here is my challenge to you. Look at your life right now. Be honest with yourself. What are you still holding on to that is keeping you from moving forward? What fear is stopping you from taking that leap? What belief is keeping you from stepping into your power? Because the only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is your willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. You have everything you need inside of you. You always have. You just have to be willing to trust yourself. You just have to be willing to take that first step, even if it is scary, because I promise you this, on the other side of fear, on the other side of doubt, on the other side of everything you are afraid to let go of is the life you have been waiting for. So make the decision, choose yourself, step into your greatness, and when you do, when you finally let go of the weight that has been holding you down, you will realize that you were meant to soar all along. It is time. Time to stop waiting, time to stop hesitating, time to stop telling yourself that you will start tomorrow, next week, next year, because tomorrow is not promised. The only moment you have control over is this one, right now. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep making excuses? Are you going to keep holding on to people and situations that drain you? Are you going to keep telling yourself that you are not ready, that you are not good enough, that you do not deserve more? Or are you finally going to step into the person you were meant to be? Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of. No one is going to force you to grow, to heal, to rise. That is on you. And you are capable of it. You are strong enough for it. You have everything inside of you to create the life you deserve. But first, you have to be willing to let go of everything that is standing in your way. Let go of the fear that has been holding you hostage. Let go of the doubt that whispers you are not enough. Let go of the need for approval from people who do not even understand your vision. Because the moment you let go, the moment you release all that dead weight, that is when you will finally be free. And I need you to hear this. You were born for more than just existing. You were not put on this earth to simply survive. You were meant to thrive. You were meant to build. You were meant to create. You were meant to inspire. You were meant to make an impact. But none of that can happen if you keep playing small. None of that can happen if you keep waiting for permission to step into your own greatness. So this is your permission. This is your sign. This is your moment. It is time to rise. It is time to become everything you were always meant to be. And do not get me wrong, it will not be easy. There will be days when you feel like giving up. There will be moments when the weight of your past tries to pull you back. There will be times when fear creeps in and tells you that you cannot do it. But you will keep going anyway. You will push forward. You will fight through the doubt. You will remind yourself that you are stronger than your struggles, because you are. You are unbreakable. You are unstoppable. You are powerful beyond measure. And when you finally realize that, when you finally start living like you believe that, everything in your life will change. The right opportunities will start to appear. The right people will come into your life. The path that once seemed impossible will suddenly start to unfold right in front of you. Not because life got easier, not because the world suddenly decided to hand you success, but because you changed, because you made the decision to stop waiting, because you chose to step into your power. And that choice, that decision, is what separates those who only dream from those who actually make their dreams a reality. So which one will you be? Will you be the person who keeps waiting, who keeps making excuses, who keeps living in fear? Or will you be the person who stands up, who lets go of the past, who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness? The choice is yours. No one else can make it for you. No one else can do the work for you. But if you are willing to take that first step, if you are willing to believe in yourself, if you are willing to finally let go of everything that has been holding you back, then I promise you this: your life will never be the same again. Because once you realize your own power, once you finally embrace the truth that you are capable of more than you ever imagined, nothing will be able to stop you. So go and become everything you were always meant to be. Go and create the life that you deserve. Go and show the world what happens when someone refuses to settle. You have what it takes. You always have. Now, it is time to prove it.